welcome. Let's get right to it. I'm going to be starting a new Ironman and making a series on reaching high level PBM fairly quickly. At least that's my goal. I'd like to rush PBM on an Ironman account. I have a Ironman already that is at the end game, and as I reflect on that Ironman, I realize I could have played the early game a lot differently to reach the end game quicker. And I spent a lot of time kind of plateauing in the mid game and not knowing what to do, being distracted. So in this series, what I'm going to be doing is documenting my progression on this account as I just go straight for PBM content. Um, entire goal here is to rush PBM. So I'm gonna always have this recording, like as I record, I'll always have these goals on the side, and as I complete them, I'll take them off. So what I like to be rushing is Royal Castle, or Royal Kingdom. So the reason why I want to do that is because that way we'll have access to herbs and that sort of thing, right? So I want to quickly unlock that. I also quickly want to unlock farming contracts. Earlier you get these two. Um, they'll just compound. I also want to unlock birdhouses early. And then I also want to really rush construction early. The reason why construction early is going to, it's going to make teleportation around the world easier. And it also helps way later in the game where you get a teleport right directly to your house. That is huge. Like, being able to tell you to your house while you're on other spellbooks is so good, because we're going to be on Ancients, we're going Lunars, Arceus all the time, and when we're doing PBMing, and then having that teleport to your house is so good. So, of course, you can make teletabs, but I don't like making teletabs, so that's why. And of course, obviously this is a huge goal, but I'm going to break it down and we'll kind of go over these. So yeah, showing you when I started. So right off the bat, what we're going to do is we are going to do agility. And we're going to make progress towards that. What happened there? I somehow lost all of my notes. Okay, let me try. I think I wrote them down somewhere else too, so not a problem. Paste them here. Oh yeah, so I had an older copy with some more detail on my, I like to have it on my phone notes, so because I update them throughout the day, I guess. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna do a Draenor till 40, and then we may go to Brimhaven. I'm a little bit concerned about going to Brimhaven because oh right, I have not become member. Okay, let me pause here, and then we'll become member, and then we'll come back. All right, see you soon. Okay, welcome back. So we are going to be training agility. So let me go to my notes. And yeah, I'm going to be here till 40. We'll see how I might try Brimhaven, but I'm kind of concerned how much damage I'll take. And yeah, taking the damage, I don't know how to get food without. I want to keep myself as low combat as possible, because I'm going to be going to Wilderness Agility, and when I do Wilderness Agility, having low combat is great because then we won't get attacked as much, at least. So that's going to be something to think about, how I'm going to deal with getting food. So maybe I skip Brimhaven and just go to Rock and Rock Alcrid. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so this is going to be my home for a bit. I'm going to be just powering through agility, and next up we'll do, and then we're going to be going to, Baroque, and then we'll probably go to Wintertodd. I need a bit of cash stack to start with Wilderness Agility because it's going to be 150, 150, what you call it, the fee to pay. So yeah, need a bit of cash tax, so winter tot is the way to go, I think. Yeah. So I might just skip through this and cut off, and I'll visit you back. I'll come back when I have 52 agility. So I'll see you in a bit. Before we jump right ahead to 52 agility, I would like to talk about one thing, which is actually my name. If you'd be so kind to grant me your audience, Palestine is a geographical region with a great and long history. It really is quite fascinating. But we'll take a step back. Rather than calling it Palestine or modern day Israel, I'll call it instead the Semitic region. The Semitic region was home to the children of Noah, particularly Shem and Ham. Shem eventually begat Abraham, who begat Ishmael and Isaac. So now you had the Ishmaelites, the Israelites, and you also had what I'll call the Noahides, other lines besides Ishmael and Isaac. So they were still like Ham's line and Shem's line and other sons of Abraham's lines. I'm going to group them all and call them Noahides. All three of those people were living in the Semitic region. I imagine of those three, the most powerful were the Israelites, and the Israelites called this land Israel, which makes complete sense. Eventually, the Israelites got kicked out by the Romans, and I imagine not all of them got kicked out, but a great majority of them did, and they kind of dispersed out throughout the old world. So they kind of populated Europe and Asia and the Middle East, and they all kind of dispersed throughout the old world. However, there were still some living in the Semitic region, in Israel, along with the Ishmaelites and the Noahides that were still living there. Given they were all dispersed, or most of them were dispersed, the concept of Israel kind of diminished with time, just like how Rome diminished with time. Israel kind of diminished with time. So, again, I'm talking like 3,000 years in history, by the way. It eventually began to be known as a new name, which is Palestine. Palestine, again, is the indigenous people of Palestine, I would say, are the Noahides, the Ishmaelites, and some of the Israelites. So now what's happened is after World War II, there was a movement to bring all the dispersed Israelites that left during the Roman kickout back to the Semitic region, back to kind of resurrecting Israel. And it's kind of artificial when you resurrect something like that, given it's lost to time, but now you're kind of mass importing settlers, really. And the settlers came in and kind of just demolished and took over the indigenous people's homes. So the native people that were living there, the Ishmaelites, the Noahides, and some of the Israelites that were still living there, they got kind of steamrolled by mass immigration and new settlers. And that's really where we are right now. That caused a lot of conflict back then when it initially happened. I forget when it was, like back in the 1960s, early 1960s, late 1960s. Um, you had mass immigration, and then that caused conflicts, which is what the root of it all is, and it is still a problem today. The indigenous population of Palestine line has been displaced and is being really genocided, and it is that those settlements are still occurring illegally in the West Bank. Um, we have settlements being taken away from. We have settlements that are taking the land away from the indigenous population, the native population of the region, the Semitic region. Um, so that's kind of what I wanted to bring up and highlight. It really is a big shame. It is a man-made horror in front of our eyes where food and other essential items are not being provided. And it's something crazy that's happening in 2025 where we could take action. So something to possibly think about and um, hope to hope you guys would research a little bit more if you don't believe me. But really, that's what kind of occurred. The indigenous population of the land, that indigenous population being really the children of Noah. Um, Ishmaelites are still the children of Noah. The other children of Noah, not of Abraham's line. So they've always existed there, right? It's not that it was just the Israelites' place. The other lines of Isaac, Abraham, always lived there, and they continued to live there while the Israelites were kicked out. And now they're kind of interjecting themselves again into that land after thousands of years. So it's kind of like you have, yeah, it's just you have a big problem in a nutshell. So just wanted to highlight that, and yeah, thank you. So we'll skip ahead to 52 agility, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye bye. Hello, welcome back. We are just about to finish up with agility and move on to the next thing. So what I want to do next is going to be the probably get ready for winter Todd, and in order to do that, I will need some warm clothing. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it here. All right. So now we can do the wilderness course, which is 52. I decided not to do Brimhaven because I don't want to get food. I'm gonna check something. 52. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. So now we're gonna go to bank, and I'm going to. This is really making a difference, by the way. Like moving around, it's so useful. I'm probably gonna grab the winter clothing next, but before I do that, I'm gonna go grab the Stronghold of Security 10K. Get some money that way, and then we'll have to do a big trek to. I think I'm gonna go to Polynich. Or no, sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna be going to Birthrobe to grab some the earmuffs, and then we're gonna go to forget some other places to grab the clothing. So yeah. Remember, I used to train here so much back in the day. During my original stint with the game in like 04. I would like range these guys because they would get stuck on the tables, so it's pretty nice. And then you had free food here, so some good times. I think this should be enough. Maybe one more in, so that it's 14. Is that 14? No, this is 14. I guess I'll have 16. I might need food later on, so might as well grab some. It does suck that I have less shield, like not much run energy. I'll conserve it for running through mobs. Gotta change my skin tone. It's one shade too dark. I'm not a fan of it's Jagex, this weird thing where if your skin tone is dark, your lips are still regular color and it just looks odd. Alright, get the fancy boots. Let's fancier boots. Cool. See, look at that. You notice how her lips are a different shade? I don't know. Kind of bugs me. Looks kind of weird. Yeah, I'm gonna change the shade. Maybe I'll have an extra pair on though. Okay. Now I think what I want to do is get earmuffs. So I gotta trek all the way to Berthope. Berthrope? Oh, okay, no, I don't want to do that. I want to get the earmuffs. Let's do that. Get a spade from here. Oh shit. Can't get a spade. You buy a spade, man. Gotta Google. Did I buy two? Wait, why? Oh, what? Oh shit. That sucks, man. Okay. That's fine. We'll just get some other. Items, like the clue hunting gear items. That's fine. Not a big deal. Oh yeah, I also need a light source. I want boots of lightness. Boots of lightness kind of nice to have. So I'm gonna grab those as well. Oh, there's a general store here. Maybe they have a spade. Fuck, man. Sucks. This guy probably doesn't have a spade. Oh. There's a spade here, right? Knife. Wow, no spade. get a spade from here. Just realized I'll have to do. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Wow, screw this shit, man. That is so lame. Huh. I am so confused. Actually, I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Back. So we were on our way to the place where I get clue hunter stuff. Super unfortunate that I don't have a spade. Might need garlic. Have the boots of lightness quick. And I really okay. There's gonna be there. I can get a spade from the farming shop. There's. All right, cool. Let's get the boots of lightness. Okay, I'm just gonna get a seed dipper as well. I might need this. Probably need this. Probably need that. Probably need a bucket. It's expensive. That's fine. How many warm cloak? And then I can. Oh right, I could use staff of fire as mine. So now I just gotta go to Kenderin or whatever, or you know, we can. I think we can grab some balls of wool, or not that it would matter. I still need to shear them, right? Probably still need to shear the sheep, so it might not matter. Why am I here? I think I need to buy. Okay, I'll buy these. Maybe I'll buy some rope. Might need them. I think I also might need this. Ooh, it's expensive. Buy a couple of these. Awesome. I really like this cloak. It looks so cool, man. Okay. Now we're gonna teleport back. And then we're gonna go to maybe grab an axe. Start running now. Oh my god, it only goes to steel? Wow, that sucks. Okay. Wonder where I can get access. I should have probably. I should have, like, yeah. During my trek, I should have figured that out. I'm sure I ran across, like, an axe shop. Wood cutting guild, okay, that doesn't make sense. I should first. Chronicle. We'll buy 10 of these for now. What do I want to do now? 1, 2, fire stuff. Do I want to get a fire stuff right now? Or do I just want to... Okay, let me just chop some trees for now. That way I can think. Yeah, like mentally I'm like thinking about how to get to Barlamore. Because I think I want the axes. But I think I need to do some quests. I don't know if I want to do that. Also, I'm kind of in the back of my mind thinking about like, what is the best way to get money? Because really, what I like to do is I like to go to the Wilderness Agility course right now. And I need a 150k fee. So, the reason why I'm doing fire making is to do Winter Todd, which gets me money, and in addition to get me money, I need to train my fire making anyway, 75, I think. So, in addition to get me money, it's also gonna get me like various items that are good on an Ironman. So, yeah, that's kind of my logic to doing Winter Todd, but I'm thinking if I should... Yeah, you know what, like, Winter Todd will get me, like, a bunch of various items, I think, that are good to have. So I'm gonna keep going with this. There's also Hunter's Rumors for money. Which I could do, like, any time, though. So, let's just keep going. Do Winter Todd. I think I'm gonna pause here and skip ahead. At least until I decide what I want to do for my axe. I think I'm gonna maybe trek to Baltimore. So I'm gonna call it here for this episode. And the next episode, what we'll do is I'll get some time to think on what it is that I want to do. Do I want to... Maybe I'll think about, like, Hunter's Rumors. Maybe I'll think about how to get to Baltimore. So, yeah. Give me some time to think, but we'll end it here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.